Hello and welcome to one of my little videos. What can you hear outside? Not a lot. Yes, welcome to one of my little flying videos. Today we are going to fly up north a little bit towards the city of Worcester. Let's get our nav and need strobe. Yeah, put a strobe on. Pitot heat we don't need. Yes, so Worcester today, just for a little nose around. We're just doing our checks at the moment. Clear prop. Brum. Oh, we haven't got the parking brake on. That was a bit naughty. So yes, so we're at Gloucestershire Airport. Behind me, just over there, is the Aviator Cafe. In front of me, there seems to be a Chinook. I don't know why it's there, but sometimes we do get visits from the RAF and others. Let's just get the stack going here. Yeah, so a little flight today, shouldn't be too long. Up to Worcester, back via Tewkesbury and back to the field. So while our engine is warming up, normally on about 1,000 RPMs, just to warm it up. You don't need the ADF on, but we'll pop it on anyway, just so everything looks proper like. So let us begin our taxi. We'll get out onto 27. We don't need all of it, so we can cut that bit off, and we'll just come round and stop there. We'll just put the parking brake on. We should probably shut our window, lock that off, and let's have our full lights on before we hit the runway. Our oil temperature is still not fully awake, but we'll get there, I'm sure. So, quick check to make sure there's nothing incoming. I did see some lights a few minutes ago from a plane which was flying around, but it seems to have disappeared now, off somewhere else. So we'll just taxi out and head off to the north. See how we get on having a look around Worcester. Basically my plan is to get to Six Ways, the rugby ground. Hopefully we can be able to spot that. So it's right next to the M5. Anyway, take off first. There's 60 knots, should be lots, and there we go. Nice. Oh, there's a plane actually landing in front of me. No, he's not, he's coming back up. He's trying to take me out. What's he doing? Oh, who is that? What is he flying? He's just sort of hanging in midair. Just a little Cessna. Right. Okay. So my plan really is to pick up the M5 north. Head up to Worcester. Have a quick skirt around there, make sure we know where Six Ways is, find Six Ways, the rugby ground, and then come back. And on the way back, we will go via a little place called Breedon's Hardwick. There's a couple of lakes there and a little caravan park, next to which there might be a house that we might know. We'll have a look, see if we can find it. But anyway, here we go. We're flying blindly at the minute. I have no idea where the motorway is. I'm heading north. I should have picked it up by now. No, that's not it. Hang on. I think it's just over there. But, we shall see. Anyway, passing 1,000 feet, we should be able to take our lights off now. And continue our little trek northwards. So we'll let you top out at about 2,000 feet today. You want to keep a good eye on the ground. Just a little short flight to enjoy the surroundings. So I'll just throttling back a little bit, and then we'll set our trim. I'm still looking around. Is that the motorway? That could be the motorway. It's more likely to be this one over here. So here we are, coming across to pick up the M5. Now on a day like this, it will probably be absolutely rammed nose to tail with people doing bank holiday stuff, as it is the Easter bank holiday at the time of filming. So it's probably absolutely jam-packed, not moving anywhere, pretty much as it is now. No, it looks empty. However, so this is the Tewkesbury junction with the A46, I believe, which goes off in that kind of general direction towards Stratford, Coventry, eventually Leicester. But yeah, just down here is that's because Tewkesbury. Over that way is the actual Tewkesbury. There's a couple of little lakes in there and a caravan park just behind, which I'll have a little nose around with me on the way back. But for now, we want to just carry on following the M5 north to hopefully pick up. Is Worcester a town or a city? Worcester. It's got a cathedral, hasn't it? Is that the criteria these days? I'm not sure. Anyway, alright, let's I should have, before now, I should have set my trim. I'm not quite 2,000 feet yet, so I'll just wait for that to come up. About 100 feet to go. And then we'll see how much we have to fiddle with to get our trim in place, because it is a bit of a fiddle. There we go. So let's just reduce our power a little bit, bring it back to somewhere 2300 to 2400 RPM. The nose will want to drop, which is fine. As the nose drops, the speed increases and it brings the nose up. So we then have to just tweak our trim wheel, which is just here. Our elevator trim, we just have to tweak that slightly to maintain the level that we want to fly at. In the sim, it is quite tricky because you don't, well, I don't have one of these posh yokes. I just have a normal flying yoke. I do believe there is a force feedback yoke available now, but we're way out of my budget. So we'll just do it by tweaking our trim and keeping an eye on the vertical speed indicator. This badger here, as you can see, it just drops slightly. We drop a little bit of height, so I kind of pull it, the trim back slightly to try and get the nose up. It's all about the balance between height, the climb or descent, and the speed that we're travelling at. And once you get it right, you can just sit back and almost relax. But it does take a little bit of practice to get it nice and stable. Can you go try to climb again now? But this looks like it will be the town, city, hamlet of Worcester coming up. And those on my left would be the Malvern Hills. Very nice area. So let's have a nose around this here Worcester. So I don't know a few people that live in this area. You know who you are. No names. No. Privacy is everything. Isn't that right, Bruno? So the M5 is here. I was quite surprised at how close Six Ways Stadium, the former home of Worcester Rugby, was to the M5. Very, very close indeed. You seem to just come off the motorway and there it was. So what we'll try and do is find the rugby ground, have a little nose around there, and then fly across the middle of Worcester itself. Now in the middle of Worcester, the only real bit I know there are a couple of bridges and the cricket club. And the cricket club is, well, if somebody says it's raining like 40 miles away, the cricket club will be flooded. It just seems to be that that kind of area that close to being waterlogged every time it rains. Certainly every time there's a really heavy rainstorm anywhere, the cricket club seems to be underwater. So there's a junction there. I don't actually know where Six Ways is, but I know it's very close to the M5, so we'll just, I don't know if it's south or north of Worcester. I can see a big green field over there. I wonder if that's a cricket club, not sure. But this looks to be, I would say this would be pretty much to the north of Worcester. Hoping to see, there we go, is that the rugby ground? Well, I think it very well may be. So just down on my left now, I believe that will be the rugby ground, just off that roundabout. What is that? Why did I get a big hand there? I've got a big hand instead of a mouse thing. So yeah, there's some car parks behind. So yeah, that's definitely Six Ways. That's Worcester. So we come around there. I think we then went down towards that little roundabout and then back round again. So yeah, that's quite a good depiction of the rugby ground. So we'll pull around. And head towards the town itself. Place I don't know very well at all. As I said, I know a few people who live down there. But and I have visited a number of times the town for various things. I've never been to a cricket match. Is that a race course? No, it can't be a race course, is it? Do they have a race course? Surely not. So I'm looking for the cricket pitch, cricket ground in the middle of town. That looks like a railway line there, or something or other. I'm not sure at all what that is. This must be railway lines. Can we see the cricket ground? Where would it be? That looks like a sports track over there, off just below the top of the wing. It's quite a big old place. I don't know if any of this is familiar to any of my Worcester subscribers, but it's not familiar to me. That looks like a cathedral there. Oh, whoa, 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 right underneath me. There's the cathedral. There's a cathedral, or a big church at least. And there is a cricket ground. Let's just check that out. Yeah, that's got to be it. It is very close to the river. there's a cathedral. There's a road going through the middle of town. Yeah, I do remember that road. And it's near the bridge. Yeah, there's a bridge. There's two bridges there. So that'll be the cricket ground where Worcestershire will play cricket. That looks like a Ben Hur type of stadium where they would do chariot races around there. Yeah, definitely, that's for chariot racing, which they still do in Worcester apparently. Okay, so next stop on the whistle stop tour of up and down the M5, we're going to head back to the south and fly over. Ooh, this cloud's coming in. I need to get down a bit high. And just try and skirt around the side of that. That is not a welcome sight. Let's get ready to rumble here. Push through, and away, So I did a flight similar to this a little while ago, for real, where we came up over the Malverns and did a little bit of stall practice, some stall turns, that kind of thing, in an actual Cessna. I'm not sure if it was a 152 or it was a 170. I think it was a 152. I can actually look that up. I was sat in the passenger seat, this one here, and a young gentleman was sat where I'm sat now, who pretty much didn't do very much. Talked to air traffic, and he did the takeoff and landing, to be fair. So what we'll do is we'll go through what he did just while we're on the way back. We'll do a little stall. So basically reduce the power, and you start to see the speed bleeding off, and you pull him back on the yoke. As we pull back on the yoke, we just continue to keep pulling back, pull back, and then we got a stall warning. The nose will drop, and the way to get out of the stall is to point the nose down, build up speed, keep the wings level, and feed the power back in. So nothing difficult about that at all. It's quite an easy thing to recover from, a stall, as long as you've got enough space underneath you. Should not be a problem. Quite an easy situation to get out of. One of the other ones is I'll try it, if you go into a stall and then into a stall, which is there, and we'll try and induce one. A spin, there we go, just to go opposite the rudder, point the nose down, and apply the power again. We're not heading in the same direction there because we were doing a little bit of a spin. So let's just get back round. But yeah, not too bad. It can feel a bit disorientating being in a spin. You just have to know which way you're spinning and make sure you go for opposite rudder to get out of it. Otherwise, you're toast. So we're heading on south. There's the river. Yeah, it's a river. I think that's the Severn that comes up as far as Worcester. Pretty sure. Motorways on our left still. M5. And at some point, reasonably soon, we'll come back to the roundabout. Well, before we get to the roundabout at Tewkesbury, we'll fly over the caravan park that I was talking about earlier. Just have a little look around there. So we're back up to 1,400. Be a bit more height, but never mind. That's probably as much as we need, just enough to keep the motorway in sight. Just wondering what that is. That Ashchurch? What the big area is down to my left. I'm not sure it is though. There's a large MOD storage facility near Tewkesbury called Ashchurch. I'm not sure if that is a depiction of it or what it is really. It looks kind of weird. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, as I was saying, we're heading on down back to the south. No, I don't think that is Christchurch. At some point quite soon, in fact I can see it just off the nose there, there's a couple of lakes that we can see. Bottom end of those lakes is in fact all around those lakes is a holiday park, caravan, chalets, home type place, holiday place. So as we fly over the top here of these holiday home lakey place, I just want to have a little nose around and have a look at these houses over here. I see a nice big field there. Nice big field just here. And next to that field, on the road, next to the other road, with a very large tree in the middle. I got a big hand. Where's my mouse pointer go? My mouse pointer seems to have turned into a big hand, and I don't know why. Oh, no, it's still no. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, yes, on the day we did this for real, I think we're probably a bit lower than this. But, so we are dropping some height now, so we'll just do a quick spin over the top. Look for the big house with the trees in the front, and the circly bit, which is hidden there. It's just there, I can see it, you probably can't. It's in there with a nice new drive. Look at that, nice clean drive, all very nice. Who lives in a house like that? Who knows? Anyway, so let's continue our journey southwards back to the airport, where it's back in time for tea and medals. Oh, that must be Ash Church, is it? No, where's Ash Church? It's over the other side of the roundabout. It's over there. Where my wingtip is now, that is Ash Church. Just there. So that's the Porsche garage and the Peugeot garage. That's the roundabout to the A46. Okay. So, joining the circuit. We're going to try and join the circuit properly today. We should be joining the circuit at the height of the circuit height, whatever that is, which is normally 1,000 feet above the elevation of the airfield. So we will join into Staverton at 1,000 feet. And we will land on runway 27, which is to the west. I know that some airfields have different rules about how they want you to join the pattern for approaching and join the circuit. I don't actually know what they are at Staverton. But what we'll do is we'll fly over at 1,500 and then drop down to join the circuit. It seems to be sensible way of doing it. If not, oh well, it's only a game. Get a life. So just to get our bearings up ahead here, so we've basically got Cheltenham on the left, Gloucester, well, Staverton in the middle, Gloucester just off to the right. The hill just in front of us there is Chosen Hill, Churchdown Hill, depending on how you want to call it. That's locally known as Chosen Hill. I'm a bit high. I am a bit high. So we'll drop down, start our descent into Staverton, which is right in front of us now. So we're going to be doing a left-handed approach, which means we're flying over the runway. We'll head south on a crosswind leg. I wouldn't like to go below 1,500 here on our approach to the circuit. So here we go. We will cross over the centre line-ish, centre of the runway, and then descend to 1,000. That's runway 27, we're going to be landing on there. Descend. Our descent come in to 1,000 and we'll turn downwind. Reduce our speed. Bring a little bit wobbly there. Okay. So 80 knots, we want to be reducing that speed down to about 65 knots. Just basically following the Golden Valley Highway here until we get the runway to about 45 degrees behind us, which it is about now. Let's have some flap. We'll take lights at this point, all the lights we got. Take a turn onto base leg. Quite a short base leg hopefully today. There's our base leg, we're a little bit slow. And then turn to final. Let's have one bit more flap. Now there's a lot of threshold here. Still a bit quick. Let's just let some of that speed get bleed off as we drop to 65 knots, keeping the centre line over the top of my little nameplate here, looking down the runway to the far end. Over the threshold nearly now. Just look to pull the wheel, pull the nose up and hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. For a nice soft touchdown. We can take the flaps off and we should be able to turn in time. If we're a bit dodgy there. Okay, let's just taxi. What we'll do is we'll park up by where some of the flying school operations are, across on this building on the left here. We might get a marshaller over there, I'm not sure. Taxiing a bit fast here, but never mind. We can go, I think we can go left or carry on here. So I'll go down this one. Nobody here. Okay. So we can put our lights off. What we'll do is we'll park where we found it, which was over in this corner here. Into the wind, which is that way there. Parking brake on, and there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. We're back in Gloucester. It's now time for me to go and get some pizza on. Yes indeedy. See you next time. Ciao.